Good morning, everyone. Our topic for today is Lesson 2-5 Subtract Across Zeros. You will find this lesson on page 71 up to page 74 from your book. Here are the learning objectives for today's lesson. You're going to explain the procedures on how to subtract across zeros, develop willingness to work collaboratively in groups, fluently subtract numbers across zeros, and use number sense and regrouping to subtract across zeros. Let's analyze this problem. London, England is 15,710 kilometers from the South Pole. Tokyo, Japan is 13,953 kilometers from the South Pole. How much further is London than Tokyo from the South Pole? Solve this problem any way you choose. If we're going to analyze this student's work, Taylor's work, and Alice's work, Taylor writes the number in place value chart. Okay, then correctly regroup to subtract. So, the given is 15,710 subtract by 13,953. So the 0 and 3 must be in the ones place, 1 and 5 must be in the tens place, 7 and 9 must be in the hundreds place, 5 and 3 must be in the thousands place, and 1 and 1 must be in the 10,000s place. Then after that, she started subtracting from the ones place. So 15,710 minus 13,953. So what are we going to do to subtract is to always start from the ones place. So the ones place is 0 minus 3, so cannot be. We need to borrow from 1. 1 becomes 0, and this 0 becomes 10. So 10 minus 3 is 7, and 0 minus 5 cannot be. We need to borrow from 7. 7 becomes 6, and the 0 becomes 10, because the one that we borrowed is always equivalent to 10. So 10 minus 5 is 5, and 6 minus 9 cannot be, because 6 is less than 9. So we need to borrow from 5. 5 becomes 4, and the 6 becomes 16. Because we borrowed 1, that is equivalent to 10, and we have 6, that's why it is 16. So 16 minus 9, that is equivalent to 7, and 4 minus 3 is 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0, that's why the answer is 1,757. Okay? But for Ali's work, as you can see, Ali used the standard subtraction algorithm but regroups incorrectly. So let's find out why she regroups incorrectly. So 0 minus 3 cannot be borrowed from 1. That's correct. This becomes 0. Then this becomes 10. 10 minus 3 is 7. That's right. Then this is 0. We need to borrow from 7. 7 becomes 6. Then this 0 becomes 10. So 10 minus 5 is 5. Correct. So 6 minus 9 cannot be, so we need to borrow from 5. 5 becomes 4, that's why this becomes 16. So 16 minus 9 is 7, so 4 minus 3 must be 1. That's why regrouping is very important to find the correct answer. So how do you subtract across zeros? Let's find out on this example. A concert hall is hosting a symphony. The hall sells 4,678 tickets to the show. So how many tickets are still available? So there is more than one way to record regroupings across zeros. So we have 6,000, the number of seats. Then the hall sells 4,678. Then you are looking for how many tickets are still available. So if we're going to subtract, the first way is we need to estimate. Estimation is necessary. Why? In order you to compare your answer, if your answer is nearest to your estimated answer, it means your answer is reasonable. So 6,000 is 6,000. 4,678 is nearest to 4,700. So if I'm going to subtract, the estimated answer is 1,300. So if you're going to find the exact answer, your answer must be nearest to 1,300 in order to make your answer reasonable. So when necessary, regroup thousands to hundreds, hundreds to tens, and tens to ones once you are going to subtract using the standard algorithm. As you can see, 0 minus 8 cannot be, so we need to borrow from 6. Why from 6? Because the next digit to its left is 0 also, or zeros, okay? So it means no value. So we need to borrow from 6. 6 becomes 5, and this 0 becomes 10. So since you need to borrow another 1, so 10 becomes 9, and this becomes 10. So since we need to borrow from 10, we need to borrow 1, so this 10 becomes 9, and this 0 becomes 10. So 10 minus 8 is 2, 9 minus 7 is 2, 9 minus 6 is 3, and 5 minus 4 is 1. So, there are still 1,322 tickets are available for the symphony. And if you can see your estimation, which is 1,300, and the exact answer is 1,322, so 1,322 is nearest to 1,300. That's why your answer is reasonable. Another way, 6,000 minus 4,678. So if we're going to estimate, we have 1,300. So think of 6,000 as 600 tens, then regroup tens as ones. Okay? And you will find 1,322 as the correct answer. Okay? So, how would you check if the answer for the ticket problem on the previous page is correct? So you just simply add 4,678 plus 1,322. In short, we're going to add these two using the inverse operation to check if your answer is correct or not. So once you added these two given numbers, okay, and your answer is 6,000, it means your answer is correct. So one passenger flew from Oslo to Lima. The flight was 11,033 kilometers. Another passenger flew from Oslo to Los Angeles. The flight was 8,593 kilometers. So how many more kilometers was flight to Lima? What are we going to do to find the answer? We just simply subtract 11,033, subtract to 8,593. So 3 minus 3 is 0. 3 minus 9 cannot be. We need to borrow from 1, not from 0, because 0 has no value. So 1 becomes 0, and this 0 becomes 10 now. So we need to borrow from 10. 10 becomes 9, so that 3 becomes 13. So 13 minus 9 is 4, and 9 minus 5 is 4. 0 minus 8 cannot be. We need to borrow from 1. 1 becomes 0, and this 0 becomes 10. So 10 minus 8 is 2. That's why the answer is 2,440 kilometers. Another example, 0 minus 3 cannot be, so we need to borrow from 6 because the next digit to its left are zeros. So 6 becomes 5 and this becomes 10. So since we need to borrow 1 from 10, 10 becomes 9, so that this 0 becomes 10. So since we need to borrow again, so this 10 becomes 9, and this 0 becomes 10. So 10 minus 3 is 7, then 9 minus 7 is 2, 9 minus 7 is 2, and 5 minus 1 is 4, and the answer is 4,227. So pause the video and answer the given questions. Time is up. The answer is 58,223, 54,165, 49,167, 92,086, 5,589. It's your turn again. If you are ready, pause the video and answer the given questions. The answer for number 9 is 528, 1,122 for number 10, number 11, 14,327, number 12, 80,018, number 13, 485, number 14, 3,604, number 15, 27,552, and number 16, 1,186. Number 17, we have 6,356. Number 18, 443,061. Number 19, 2,691. Number 20, 8,045. Number 21, 960. Number 22, 1,757. Number 23, 146,179. Number 24, 1,681. Let's proceed to mathematical practices and problem solving. Number 25. Will the difference between 44,041 and 43,876 be greater than or less than? So if we're going to solve that one, 44,041 subtract by 43,876. So 1 minus 6 cannot be. We need to borrow from 4. This becomes 3 and this becomes 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. 3 minus 7 cannot be. We need to borrow from 4 because 0 has no value. So 4 becomes 3 and this becomes 10. So since we need to borrow from 10, so 10 becomes 9 and this 3 becomes 13. So 13 minus 7 is 6. 9 minus 8 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. So the difference is 165. So is that greater than or less than 1,000? Of course, the answer is less than 1,000. Because if you're going to do the inverse, you just simply add 43,876 plus 1,000. So this is greater than 44,041. That's why it should be less than. Or you can get the exact answer and compare. Next, number 26. Define variable and give an example of how a variable is used in an equation. When we say variable, it is a letter that represents an unknown quantity in an equation. Like for example, in the equation 5,283 plus n means the unknown variable. What is n in order to get 10,566? So n represents a variable. How many more hip hop than country downloads were sold using the table on the right? So the hip hop is equivalent to 7,097 downloads, okay? And the country is 5,063. So if we're going to find the difference between the two, 5,063, so 7 minus 3 is 4, 9 minus 6 is 3, 0 minus 0 is 0, and 7 minus 5 is 2. So the answer is 2,034 more downloads. And in number 28, use the music city sales table on the right. How many hip hop and Latin downloads were sold than rock and country? So it means we're going to add the two, hip hop and Latin. This is hip hop and Latin. So we're going to add these two. And the other one, we're going to add these two. Then after that, we're going to subtract the answer from these two given number. So when we do that, the answer, the total hip hop and download is 7,097 plus 6,203. So the answer is 13,300. Then the total rock country and downloads, that is 4,007 plus 5,063, and that is equivalent to 9,070. So to find the difference, 13,300 subtract by 9,070, so the answer is 4,230. Find how much longer the Nile and Amazon rivers are combined than the lower Tunguska and Ganges rivers combined. Write numbers in the boxes to show the missing length, sums, and differences. So the Nile is 6,650 and the Amazon is 6,400. So if we're going to solve, 0 plus 0 is 0, 5 plus 0 is 5, 6 plus 4 is 10, regroup 1, 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 1, that is 13,050. So the lower Tunguska and Ganges is 2,620, so the lower Tunguska is 2,989. So since the operation is addition, 9 plus 0 is 9, 8 plus 2 is 10, regroup 1, 9 plus 1 is 10 plus 6 is 16, regroup 1, 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5, so 5,609. And the difference, what is the difference? So 13,050 subtract by 5,609. So 0 minus 9 cannot be, 5 becomes 4, and this becomes 10. So 10 minus 9 is 1, 4 minus 0 is 4. Then 0 minus 6 cannot be. We need to borrow from 3. 3 becomes 2, and this becomes 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. Then 2 minus 5 cannot be. We need to borrow from 1. This becomes 0, and this becomes 12. So 12 minus 5 is 7. That's why the answers are 13,050, 5,609, and 7,441. That's it. Thank you so much, and have a good day.